Hello and welcome to Nerdy Gaming with a Rabid Beaver. I am your host, the elusive Rabid Beaver. Hope each and every one of you guys are doing wonderful out there in the world of gaming today. Today we've got a very special show for you. I'm going to be unboxing and taking out, unpackaging a brand new controller for my 360. Without further ado, let's just get into it. Hi guys, I'm the elusive Rabid Beaver, and as I told you guys, we bought a brand new 360 controller because my controller, I don't know if you guys can see it, but the power pack has stopped working. The battery pack has stopped working on the back, so I'm having to keep it plugged in all the time. And of course, my sticks. I've got a lot of stick drift and button stick on the A button and B button. So I'm trying to get a new controller here for you. And I had to search out and find, but I found a Rock Candy PDP controller on the wild on eBay. And I'm going to give you my review of it after I get it open. Now, I already cut it so I could get it open a little bit before we did this, because these are hard plastic and there is nowhere to open it. So I made a cut in the back. But I'm very interested to see this. These guys had lots of high reviews when I worked at Toys R Us. We sold a ton of these and they were highly recommended. And they also had a wireless version in this controller, but it's a little bit harder to find. And they came with a dongle, a USB dongle that would plug in and it would connect that way with it. But I got a wired one. I wanted to see how the wire is going to do. I don't mind having a wired controller at all. But as you see, it came in colors. You could choose green, you could choose blue, you could choose red, you could choose this pink color. And I got this pink color because it was on sale. It's not necessarily what I wanted. I really wanted a green one to go with my Xbox 360, but this is what we ended up getting because it was a little bit cheaper and it was on a better deal for sale. Now, it took forever coming in. It actually missed 2 dates coming in for the shipping dates. It was originally scheduled to be here the 19th of October. That did not happen. And then it was rescheduled for the 26th. That did not happen either. It ended up coming the 30th is when we ended up getting it. So that should tell you something. It was a lot of behind, and it came from Maryland. The shipper that I bought it from, we left them a review. We talked about it. We actually messaged the shipper. We had to get eBay involved because it missed the entirety of the shipping twice. But that's another story for another day. Let's get right into this. So coming out, these packages were solid. They were tough. They were hard to get through and hard to destroy these packaging whenever you get into it. So trying to get this thing out of the box, it's going to hold. I mean, it's going to hold steady. You've got to really put some force on this thing to get it to come out. I'm barely hearing myself in my headphones. I hope you guys can hear me. But we're having to rip it open and pull out. Pull up and pull down. And everything comes out in the packaging here. So it's locked into the packaging itself. Locked into the cardboard box that you can see, which is actually a pretty good feature for them, especially being a third-party controller. And then it has the third-party support on the inside for the ATX wired and Afterglow controllers. So the Afterglow controller was the one that I believe they had a wireless and a wired controller for both of these, the Procron U controllers. Now, I had this headset for my PlayStation 3. I did do that. I also had the Afterglow AP2 for my PlayStation 3 as well at one point in time. So I'm very thrilled to see this here. Unfortunately, you have to cut the packaging in order to get it out. So you can't save this without cutting this tab. There's a little clear tab that's connected to the wire right here. And you've got to cut it to make sure that it comes out. But before we get there, let's see if I can untangle the dongles and see if I can get the dongle out without having to cut that tab and without having to open it up. Because there might be a way that I can do that. Let me see here. Clear plastic tab open. There we go. Now we got to pull. So this thing is a wired mess, man. Y'all are hearing all the background noise, but I've got wires everywhere. I've got complete wiring here. I've got to undiddly-dully-dooley that. Like old Flanders there. Oh, maybe I just broke it. Oh, no. Now, the one good thing about these wired controllers is, like the original Xbox controller, the USB dongle is completely separate. It has the original USB and USB-I that came with the original Xbox controller on the inside. And these were just a patent for that. So these could actually be used on the original Xbox, as long as it had the dongle pattern with it that you could put in. So that's a really neat little feature that they had available to it. And as you see, pops in and pops out. It's got the breakaway just in case. And let's head over to the live scene and I'll get this bad boy plugged in. Let's see if it lights up first. Do you really want to live forever? It's recognizing it. It wants me to put it up. There we go. We've got player one. Let's go over to the live scene and see what's happening here. Okay, so I'm black on my Xbox screen. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So as you see, we've got plenty of action here. Left stick's not moving anything because it's not doing anything. But yeah, it feels really good. Fresh out of the box with everything that's going in. So yeah, we're going to get some hours of playtime in with this game. I'm actually going to do some Red Dead Redemption a little bit later today, and we're going to check it out and see how it goes from there. Let's check. Start button works great. Select button goes back. Pulls up. It's working just like it's supposed to. So I'm extremely happy with this. This is actually going to be a blessing in disguise, I think, for the future for our gaming. And as I said, I mean, it comes up with a lot of stuff. This packaging, though, this was super tough packaging for them back in the day. I hate that I had to cut it and destroy it to get it out. I wish they would have had like a tab where you could pull and said open here and it would have like popped the back out. That's a future design for you guys there. PDP, just letting you know, rock candy, all of you guys that are out there. Now, I've had a lot of mixed reviews. I've heard a lot of bad things about these. And from the past, I've heard people say that they were really good controllers. I heard people say that they were cheaply made and crap. But you got to see the average player is between the ages of 8 and 26. And so between those ages, you got the rage ages. You know, you've got between 8 and 19 or 20 are the rage ages. You have a lot of people who throw these things and stuff like that. I'm not planning on throwing it. I'm just planning on playing some games. So we're going to see how this thing works and how it goes through. The buttons feel great on it, especially for something that was licensed in 2012. This one was. So that's pretty cool, man. 2013 performance trademark is what they're showing there. Don't know if you guys can see that, but a 2013 trademark. So this is a 2012 controller with a 2013 trademark. That's pretty cool, man. So right towards the end of their life cycle is when this one was made. So we're gonna get some play out of this. We're gonna check it out and see how it does. Thank you guys for joining me today on this nice unboxing. And hopefully in the next video, you'll get to see some Red Dead Redemption and we'll get going from there. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.